Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Daniel, as soon as you get off parole, house arrest, woo wah wah, you need to go wherever your mama is. You need to go move in with your parents because, honey, Bianca is not it. And if I was his mother, I would go home, I would pack me a bag, and I would come back to Arizona and stay right up in that house with them. Yes, because, honey, Bianca needs to be on parole too. I would come back and be her parole officer. Who gonna parole her? Child, because Daniel can't handle her. Oh, hey, besties. Welcome to Behind the Shade and welcome back. Let's throw some shade and get into another episode of Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 43, Ring and Run. Ring and Run. Do we like this title? No. Will we change it? I'm sure. Hold on, my phone ringing. Okay. Uh-oh. No, we don't like this title. I didn't even like the episode. So I probably don't care about changing it. We'll see. How about you rate this week's episode? um, ooh. I think it wasn't great, but I'm gonna give it maybe a 6, maybe a 5.5, maybe a 5.5. Let me know what you rated down in the comments. And don't forget to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and share with a friend. Let's get into it. Ciao. So moms wants some time with Daniel alone, meaning not you, Bianca. So they go thrift shopping, and he's excited to be out shopping because it's been a long time since he's been, able to pick out his own clothes and this and that and that. So while they're shopping, he tells his mom that, they're having unprotected loving. And mom is like, well, that was dumb on your part. Why did you do that? And so mom's is like, I like her, but I want her to stop drinking. And so he's just like, I don't know. So he don't have a backbone. He gives you mama boy vibes. So he wants to get Bianca a ring. He said, like a promise. It's not like we're going to get engaged or get married, but like a promise, my promise to her. Mom's is like, why don't you wait 1 or 2 years? Because, she's worried about Bianca's drinking. Meanwhile, the cousin stayed back at the house with Bianca. She all looking like, oh, well, let's go to the bar. So he's like, okay. So the alcoholic is at the bar with the cousin, and he drinking too. See what I'm saying? And he was so tough episode or two ago. He was so rough and tough. So she says what they don't know won't hurt them. Okay, so she admits to us, besties, that she do drink a lot. She admitted it. So that's why I called her the alcoholic. I'm doing that even though I say don't be calling Shannon one. But this is different. You know, she's drinking a lot, period dot. So she's like, she may have a problem. You do have a problem, Bianca. And so he thinks she should be mentally stronger than the cousin. But she's like, well, he's older than me. Like, he should be stronger. And so then she calls him a mama's boy. And so here we go. So she thinks it's okay to drink now because he's not there. Like, well, I can have a drink now because he's not here. But like he said, he can smell it on you, Bianca. He can taste it when he kisses you, Bianca. Those little things will trigger him. Then he got to deal with your drunkenness, And when people don't drink and you drunk, it's just a setup for an argument or a fight. Then she tells the cousin that Daniel is whack in bed. And it's like, ma'am, TMI. And I'm like, he just got out a day ago. Didn't he just get out yesterday? Golly. Of course it's gonna be whack. He ain't had none in over 5 years. Uh okay. So anyway, she says he just wants to stick it in. And so the cousin in his confession, he's like, well, shoot, there's times that I just want to stick it in. So he's like, okay, yeah. Women like foreplay, yes, yes. So he's taking a mental note because he himself likes to just stick it in. And it's like, but hasn't they only been out for one day? Like, girl, try it again. It'll get better. So she tells the cousin she was supposed to take that plan B, and she did not take it because she has baby fever. Child, and it's my body. Girl, you also have liquor fever. You got liquor fever. Okay? Liquor fever. You got, and that should be the name of this show, Liquor Fever. I'm changing the title to Liquor Fever. And the two don't mix. You can't be drinking and be pregnant. And I'm afraid if you do get pregnant, you won't stop drinking because you are an alcoholic, ma'am. So, yeah, interesting. So then after they drink, the production shows us on the counter. It is like 3, 4 glasses, empty glasses on the counter at the bar. Now she wants a shot. Girl. Oh, goodness, goodness. So then Daniel and the family, they walk in and she took a shot, and then there was another one in front of her, right? So the stepdad, he is over it. So he goes up to her and he was like, this is some BS. You supposed to be drinking water only. And so she's annoyed that he's triggered. And he said, what if I want a shot? This is Daniel. What if I want a shot? And she was like, take a shot. And it's like, it's his problem. So Pops is trying to talk to her and tell the cousin that he should have been an example. And so Daniel and Bianca, they go outside. Well, he went outside, and so she follows him. Now she's drunk, right? So he's trying to talk to her, and she's like, I want to kiss. And he's like, well, I'll taste the alcohol on your breath, and that'll trigger me. And she's just not listening, don't care. She's young, childish, immature, alcoholic, living life on the edge, just don't care. Just, she's probably depressed, woo, wah, wah, wah. And so they leave the bar. So his mother has to drive Bianca's car back home because she's too drunk. And the cousin and Daniel get in the car with the stepdad, and they go back to the house. But they only just showed that Bianca's trying to unlock the front door, and she can't unlock the front door because she's so drunk. She just can't even put the key in the hole. So that was that on that. It's terrible. The trauma bond that they may have had is why they linked up. Well, that's over with now because he's out of jail and he wants to do better. But this thing is an issue for him. We wish you well, Daniel. The best thing that needs to happen now is your mother needs to come monitor Bianca like she's her parole officer until you get off of parole and you can leave that woman. Because I guess like you have to stay at this address, right? Right. Cool. Okay. Melissa and Louie. Louis goes ring shopping with two of his friends. Hi, friend with the hat on. How are you? Can you take your hat off so I can see how cute you really are? Because y'all, them hats is like the male weave or look a wig for the males. Are you cone head up under there? Are you receding? Are you? Let's see, because honey, homeboy was cute. What was his name? I didn't catch his name, but hey, friend with the hat on. Okay, so Louis is going ring shopping for this 2-carat diamond ring. He's in this big old ring store. His folks running in, him and his homies, they mostly got on black. Child, they showing a security guard walking over, making sure they ain't in there trying to do a robbery. Child, and the man is tripping. He's telling Louis that the ring he wants is going to cost him $25,000 for this ring. Honey, 2-carat diamond rings don't cost. They can, depending on the cut, the style, the brand, the blah, 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 the metal, the blah, blah. But he don't need that one. He don't need the $25,000 ring, baby. So he's overwhelmed. The guy asks, "Well, what's your budget?" My budget is from $10,000 to $12,000. And kudos to Louis for getting out of jail. How long he been out? Not that long, but kudos to Louis for even saving that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? In such a short time, I'm sure he don't have too many bills, and she probably not making him pay the rent yet. But whatever the case, he is disciplined enough and he's stacking, and good for you. And I even think spending $10,000 on a ring is ludicrous. Okay. So he goes outside for some air. He's like, oh, he has second thoughts. He got cold feet. No, he don't have cold feet. You over here price gouging him, and he tried to digest. But what he should have done was he should have stepped outside with his buddies, walked to the car, or went to the car and texted the homies, told them to come on, start the car up, put his foot on the brake, put the car in rear, in R, and accelerated up out that parking lot or off the parking spot, whatever. Leave. There's other jewelry stores. Go to K Jewelers. Go to Barron's. Are they still open? Go somewhere else. Go to Daniel's. There's a jewelry store here called Daniel's. Go somewhere else. But he didn't listen to me. I'm like, Louis, run. Ring and Run. Maybe that was for Louis, the title of the episode. So he didn't listen to me, y'all. Behind the Shade is trying to tell him to go somewhere else, and you don't have to spend the 10. I think you can get a 2-carat ring. I think you can spend about 6,000 or 7,000, maybe even 5. I mean, come on, Melissa really don't deserve it. But let's go ahead and he's in love. Let's go with it, shall we? So he goes back in, and his ego made him go buy that ring, but the guy gave him a discount. He said 18.5 thousand, and he spent it. And of course, he's over his budget of like $6,500. Louis. That was pretty much all with them. So let's go over here to Justine and Mike. Shall we? No, I'll say that. Let's do. Did we get Kim and Joey? Why do it seem like? Did we see Kim and Joey? We did, because this is that when Joey was trying to go get a job. Wait a minute. Child, did I even write notes for Kim? Baby, wait a minute. Child, y'all, give me a second. Let me wait. I know I did. Okay, here we go. It was real quick. And what's wrong with Joey's voice? Is he hoarse? What he been doing? Who he been screaming at? So Joey, does he only talk to the 5-year-old boy that seems like that he wants to be his son? He only talks to him. He's sitting on the couch with him. He looking, you okay? Like, you don't talk to the 3-year-old? Like, how is that supposed to work? Child. So he's so anxious about this DNA test. So he all on Kim. Did you check emails? Did you check emails? She's like, no. No. And it's like, he anxious about the DNA test. She's anxious about buying a house. And it's just with her older son, Joey, because he's her 3rd child. And it's just like, she's like, well, I think, it's time for you to get a job. Well, duh. Duh. He out here buying rims and tires. Duh. And he needs to get a job because the first thing he needs to buy before you get a house, he needs to buy your daddy another dirt bike. I'm serious. You need to get your dad a dirt bike. Where is the dirt bike, Joey? And then you need to pay for them rims. If I call the people on you, shoot. So he's all complaining about working. It's like an old lazy bum. I don't want to do the HVAC. That's what I learned in prison. I don't want to be crawling up under the house in the heat. And I don't want to be seeing rats and roaches and snakes. And shut up. Shut up. If you don't go get a job, you're going to be living out there with the rats and the snakes, living in a tent under a freeway. You can make good money doing HVAC. What are you talking about? So he goes to a job interview. I mean, Kim, you needed to help him get ready for the job interview. He got on a baseball hat, a t-shirt. It's like, take the hat off, no hat, and you know, a nice little button down would have been nice. And he probably had on tennis shoes. You don't wear tennis shoes. Some little tie-up shoes would have been fine, Joey. You got to dress the part. And if you really, and to be a felon, I'm thinking he needed to have on a suit. Let them know that you're serious. You made a mistake, but look at me. You know, you got to dress the part. I forget that. He should have had a suit on with a tie. So he's at the interview. The dude know he can't hire him because of his record, so he gonna put it on HR. He was like, you know, we gonna see what they say. If they don't hire you, I'll have you come back and we'll try something else and we'll get you doing this instead of that. Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Joey and Kim, check this out. Google the companies that hire felons because there's plenty of jobs that hire people that went to jail. There are plenty of reputable companies that will hire Joey. Go ahead and Google that and you go to those interviews. Okay. So that was that with them. Like this episode is it's almost like it was a filler episode, but the only thing that held it down, Bianca pretty much held it down. Bianca and Justine. So we did Kim and Joey, Bianca and Daniel, Melissa and Louie. Let's go on over here to Justine and Mike. So where we left off last week, Mike has punched a hole in the wall because he's upset, talking about, you know, the kid who threw his phone because he was upset. He broke his phone because he was upset. Now you broke the wall. So what your example is not making this situation better, right, Mike? The kid is on the spectrum. He gets mad because your son is antagonizing him. He throws his phone, breaks it. You mad because it costs $1,500. We know you didn't pay that. We know darn well you did not pay that. As many as it is of you guys in this family, we know you guys are on a family plan and y'all getting them phones for free. Go on over there to the AT&T, T-Mobile, Boost Mobile, Cricket, wherever you get to get this phone, go and get you another one because I'm sure you can get another one for free. So what you do, you punch a hole in the wall. You had to walk past production. You did say excuse me, so you do got a little bit of manners, but not really. You go outside to go walking. Now you tell us that you mad about everything. You mad that you had to put your rap career on pause. You have children, Mike. You have children. You got a lot of children. You have a wife. You have a family. Yes, you need to work. You can't rap right now, okay? You got to figure out how to do both. You mad about having a job. You mad about putting the rap career on pause. Well, didn't the boy, what happened to the producer? Didn't he do a little pow with somebody? What ended up happening to him? Do y'all know? Besties, do y'all know what happened to the producer? Did he get off? He mad about money and he mad about this high-risk pregnancy. Well, Mike, you're the reason for the pregnancy. There's things that you can do. Does the vasectomy sound like a great idea now? Mike? Huh? It does. You guys are almost 40. You already have a whole football team. You don't need no more kids. Y'all got girls and boys. It's not like you got all of one set, all of one gender, and you trying to have the other one. You got boys and girls. You know what I'm saying? You got boys and girls. You guys should be fine. So he goes for this walk. He comes back. Justine is sitting down talking to him. She's saying the right stuff, telling him that he was wrong for hitting that wall. And he talking about the kids need to go to boot camp. And she's like, no, he just need to work on communication and blah, blah, blah. But I think the timing of this talk wasn't right. She getting on him right as soon as he walk in, like, let him take a breath. He's still hot. You know what I'm saying? So she's activating him because she got to get it out right now. And she's telling the truth, but the timing is a little off. So what does he do? He like, I'm finna go upstairs. I'm unhooking all these TVs. They on punishment. So he take all the TVs off the wall. He coming down to put them up. And I'm like, okay, they on punishment. But you are too, because you can't watch TV either. So Justine goes to meet with her oldest daughter, who is the reason why they moved to Vegas, because, she goes to UNLV. And she is loving the college life. She's about to try and get into a sorority and all this and all that. So they meet out for lunch. They're outside. She has her laptop because, she's so busy in college taking care of her business. She got papers to turn in and stuff. She got homework. So Justine tells her about this high-risk pregnancy. And so Michael is doing the same thing, talking to Melody, his daughter, while they're out playing basketball. And so Justine tells her daughter, the doctors want me to sign a will. And she's like, in case you unallow, in case you pass. And she's like, yes, this high-risk pregnancy. And so the daughter is like, I want you to take care of the kids. Not so much Mike, because he has a temper. I don't think he will do it. I don't think he can. Maybe you guys can share custody of the kids. And she looking like, wait, what? So this pregnancy, you might not make it from this particular pregnancy. You sitting here with a 6-month-old, and you want me, in case something happened to you, because this is a high-risk pregnancy, you want me to assume the responsibility of, I think Justine has 4 kids now, working on the 5th one. You want me to stand in your position and raise your children? I don't think so. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Sam. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Daughter said, I'm enjoying my life. and she asked Justine, why would you have another kid so soon? Good question. I think this is just what we wanted. Okay. So Melody is telling Mike she feels like a neglectful parent because the 2 other siblings, they couldn't move to Nevada because the mothers want the children. Why does Melody have to feel like a neglectful parent? She is not a parent. She is an older sister. Why are y'all putting these responsibilities on these older kids? Like, why are y'all doing that? They can help out, but as far as too much is too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do too much, okay? So Melody says, she's like, these high-risk babies, like, this high-risk pregnancy, like, these babies, this is dangerous. Like, and she said, honey, dangerous, and this is irresponsible. She said, you guys are irresponsible. Honey, that should be the name of the title. Dangerous and irresponsible. Oh, how come the kids are more mature than the parents? Come on, Justine. You got to get it together. You knew that you was not supposed to get pregnant this fast after that little cute baby Manhattan. They told you needed to wait about 5 years. I know the TikTok is running out, but that would have had you at 41 years old. You would have been able, you probably would have changed your mind by then, and you wasn't 36, 41. What's the difference? I mean, besides 5 years, but I mean, girl, anyway. Whew. Is this the last and final couple? No, we got to do Brittany and Key Rock. Baby, I found out that Key Rock's name when she was a girl. Wait a minute, y'all. Here it is. Her real name is Nikira. Key Rock's feminine name when she was, she's a transgender male. She was born Nikira. So that's where Key Rock comes from. Nikira. So let's get into Brittany and Nikira. Y'all know I'm petty. So it's been 30 days that they've been in this government motel, and Brittany is losing her mind. She is over it. She was like, do you know how long it took me to clean up this old raggedy motel? And you don't like being here. They got a curfew. They got to be in by 11. They can't have company. The family left them and went to Texas. Well, yeah, the rent has been paid. They got to go. They got to set it up. They got to get it going. And Brittany is just hot, honey. She just act like this is beneath her, honey. This motel is beneath her. Did Brittany forget that she been to jail too? Has Brittany forgot that where do you live? Where you coming from? When you got out of jail, you went to Key Rock's mama's house. Girl, you ain't even used to having your own. So government motel versus jail. I mean, I get that you don't want to revert back. And I understand you can't really cook there and you've been eating out the microwave and your stomach hurting. I get it. Okay, I'm going to let Brittany have it. But I mean, you need to kind of pipe down because you survived jail for years. And all this that's going on is your fault. Let's be clear. Nikira is off probation, off parole. You're still on. All this that is happening is because of you. It's your fault. Suck it up, lollipop. So, child, they're going to her parole office this day to see if she can get transferred to Texas. Because, Key Rock is off probation. So she was telling us that she'll be held on parole until 2030. And she has to pay restitution of $10,000. And I thought I heard Key Rock said that he set up payments for her or whatever. She was like, I don't know about y'all, but $10,000 is a lot of money. Well, you shouldn't have done the crime, okay? Shouldn't have done the crime. So she goes into the office, her hair all cute, bouncy, red curls, wah. She come out, she throwing everything out of hand. She having a temper tantrum out in the parking lot. She was denied being able to move to Texas. So she has now, they only can stay in a government motel for 30 days, so they can't go back. I'm assuming they can't go back to the motel. Now, Brittany has to start over. So she has to probably put in another request to move. She has to stay in Virginia for 45 days before she has to stay in Virginia for 45 days before she can even apply to move again. Whew. So she has a family member, I think an aunt, that she can stay with. And then they told her that she has to put her name on the rental lease also. So they have to show proof that, she's she's a renter, like she's responsible. And how's that going to work? You can't just be putting your name on my lease. That is just like, why does she have to put her name on the lease? Maybe just like as a visitor, not necessarily a renter, I'm going to assume. Because I think you can list, like, especially if you're in housing, I think you have to put down, let me get some water. Hold on. I think you have to let them know if you have company. I don't know. I never went through all this. So moving on. So Key Rock can go to Texas And I'm like, and I guess he's gonna have to, because why would he stay? He needs to go out there and get a job. But they're giving him the blues because they're not married. So if they were married, then they would have. Then I think Brittany would have more leisure and more. She could wiggle a little bit better if they were married, because they would be constituted as a family. So I think next week, don't we see that they're getting married somewhere? And she tells him, wait, I got a secret I've been holding back or something. What? Oh, goodness. What is going on? So, anyway, Kirok needs to go to Texas, get established, and hopefully Brittany, they get married and Brittany can move to Texas. Zaria and Troy and the daddy. And Patrice. So they go to see this psychic, Patrice, again. This fake, she's a psychic medium. And Troy is not buying none of this mess, but he's there to support his loving wife. And what is so baffling to me is that Zaria believes everything that this girl says. Like, she takes everything she says to heart. If she just says, anything this girl says, she just believes it. And then challenges Troy at every thing she says. And it's like, girl, you might be who she's talking about. You fit the description. Okay, so now it's some female who has drama from his past that's coming around. That's about to come around. So she's like, is it Yana? The girl that we always be talking about. You always talk about Yana. Girl. So she's like, no, someone else. So of course, Zaria does her get up, go outside, mad, fussing, cussing, not listening to nobody. She gets up and goes outside. He follows her. And so she was like, Troy, I just need to know, are you cheating on me? And I was thinking, not yet. You keep up with this, he will be. You're pushing him away. You pushing him to Yana. He don't even like the Yana, but this is how the second babies come. He don't even like the girl, but you pushing him that way, or to someone else's, is somebody else's way. So he's like, no. And so she asked some more cheating questions, because he be up texting, and who you be texting? I be seeing you texting, and this, that, and that. So they have a back and forth and back again. And he's like, look, I don't even know how to work my dang on phone. And I cracked up laughing, because I'm like, exactly. He just got out of jail. It's some of us running around here that don't know how to work our phones. Right? Hold on, I'm looking for something. Wait a minute. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So, and one of the realest things he could have said, I don't even know how to work my phone. I don't know how to delete messages and hide and change the name of the person to the gas station around the corner. So they just going back. So he was like, look, I love you, even when you got your little funky attitude. So he just trying to make light of it. And so he like, you want to be mad, that's fine, but give me a kiss. And so she all lips twisted, don't want to look over there, don't want to give him a kiss. And so she kind of give him her cheek. And baby, baby, did he not kiss her makeup and that covers up that acne? Ooh. Did he not kiss the cheek that got all that makeup and powder on? She got setting powder, translucent powder, concealer, powder. The powder's powder. That girl be powdered it up. And that acne, you gonna make him kiss that area? Child, he was supposed to kiss your forehead. Next time, give him your lips, girl. Don't be trying to make him break out with you. Don't do that to him. He got nice skin. Child. So they go back inside, and Patrice says, before you got up, I was trying to tell you, I'm not finished, that the person is old, and says that they are about to go through it. She said, they getting ready to go through it. They already are, child. And the person is her. And I'm like, old? Huh. Uh. Who could it be, y'all? So they go over to her parents' house for dinner, and they're sitting down. She's not going to tell them about the financial problems because she got so much pride. She's not going to ask for help. So they're just talking about how they need 50 kids for the whatever they're trying to do down there at the place that they call themselves working at, and blah blah blah. And so Pop says grace over the food. Child, he got his head in his hand like he is highly irritated and got a headache. I'm like, why is Pop sitting like that? He just give you zesty Stan for Martin. He looked just like Stan, and he just acted real zesty at this table. But baby, his dashiki was all of that. I loved that dashiki. I was like, I want your dashiki, Pops. So he over there agitated. I don't know if it was bad editing or what. So after that, she tells them that she's been going to see a psychic for like a year. And Pops is like, a who? Then the mom goes into it's witchcraft, it's evil. If you don't believe it, if I believe it because the devil has a spirit, I am saved, sanctified, filled with the precious Holy Ghost, and the God is my savior and my provider, and we don't do that. She going through all of that, and she's correct. Pops ain't trying to hear none of that, and so he was like, I ain't got time for that foolishness. When you was born, I prayed over you that nothing would go wrong with you and you was going to do, and that's the end of the story. I ain't got time for that. And so, in Zaria's confessional, she says, there's some dark energy around. And I'm like, it's you. You're the dark energy. She's like, I'm like, you are the dark energy. The dark energy. That could have been the title of this episode too. Dark energy. And child, that was the end of the episode. It was kind of I missed I missed my Teeny and Rob. I missed them this week, child. But Bianca kind of carried the show. Bianca was like, hey, you have a shot if you want a shot. Child, Daniel, you need to go ahead and let that go. Do y'all know, are they still together in real life? Like now, are they still an item? Do we know? I'm gonna have to look into that and let y'all know. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Is Daniel and Bianca still together? I did see Zaria and Troy. They hosted a paint night somewhere in Buffalo or somewhere, and they trying to do meet and greets and blah blah blah. Anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all on the next episode. The next episode next week on another video. Okay, besties. Have a good day. Bye, besties.